And then I went underground because of things that I had seen that didn't really settle well with me. I didn't see much slave appreciation, and I was still very new. I didn't see good job slave or any of that. And here I saw financial slaves. I saw objectification, human furniture. I saw people willing to endure the most painful experiences just to please their masters and mistresses. And I never saw any appreciation for the bottoms. And so there was that. And then also, like, I had all these so-called friends that wanted to, you know, feed me to the wolves kind of thing, but nobody wanted to take me under their wings and really show me how things were done. So I got kind of burnt out after a couple of years, and I went underground. Everything that I had been exposed to, though, and was interested in, while I was kind of underground, I mastered. Or I like to think that I got really, really good at it.
Honestly, the first experience I ever had with my girlfriend and my husband was pretty funny. We were all three laying in bed. This was when she just started coming over. We weren't even dating yet. And we were all laying in bed, and I was facing her, and we were doing the whole, like, little nose thing. You know, when you're flirting with somebody, you do a little nose. And we kept doing that, apparently. And my husband finally just sat up in bed. He goes, "Can you just kiss her already?" And we're like, okay. And then we went into a straight, fun night filled fucking, honestly, is what it turned out being. But it was really fun, and then we ended up dating. And
all dressed as a schoolgirl with very innocent-looking makeup, pigtails, a schoolgirl uniform, but a sexy one with a little short skirt, white panties, nice white blouse with a tie, a school uniform.
Discipline spankings hurt. We are at an agreement that I can say no, but that doesn't mean no necessarily. Like, some people like to use a safe word. When I'm being disciplined, I don't want to have any type of control, so I don't use a safe word. Sometimes I say, I'll say no, but we've already agreed no, stop does not mean that I'm done. I'm not the one in control of how I'm being disciplined.
It's humiliating. It really is. To get a spanking as an adult, it is humiliating. When it's a trouble, like when you're in trouble, you feel humiliated, even when there's no one around. And it's a totally different feeling than if you're playing and getting hurt that way. It's different. But you definitely learn. I can tell you that. You won't do it again.
Sometimes they come in for 15-minute sessions, and other times they come in for extended sessions that last up to like 2.5, 3 hours. But typically an hour is about the average. I prefer extended sessions, though. I like long, endless hours of play.
It involves me going back to where I started, being the innocent, just learning about things, being drawn into this world.
The problem that you have when delivering punishments is being sure to understand when it is important to take the dignity away or give them their humility that they need. Sometimes it's appropriate, other times it is not. It can be very damaging, and it is not the right place. I mean, you would not simply strike your child in the middle of a grocery store. It would be inappropriate to do. Obviously, other people would want to stop you from doing something like that. But there is a time that you would want to reprimand your child, maybe privately, maybe with a stern talking or something like that. I do feel that, as time has gone on, we became really too sensitive to the way that we even parent our own children anymore. I do believe in a good solid spanking really is a good corrector. I don't understand why that right is they're trying to take that away, from parents. I don't want to raise my children saying, I'm taking your iPod away, for example. I want to raise my child with education to why I took that iPod away. And, maybe I need to bop you on the nose because I took that iPod away, but it shouldn't be a reason of taking something from somebody. And I think I think that in the long run, that would be really hurtful for somebody future standing, in their adulthood. If every time they wanted to punish somebody, what they need to do is take something from somebody instead of reprimand them with maybe a physical correction, which may actually have that actual message that you need to convey with the education that you can put behind it.
And read the whole body, you just have to know where.
I'll be the schoolgirl. The other person will be a teacher or an adult, very often I've been naughty. I've done something wrong. Sometimes I'll do chores and I'll purposely do them wrong just so I get punished. As a schoolgirl, I'll pull up my skirt and I'll be punished, sometimes with a ruler, sometimes with a flogger, just to create a scenario for that punishment, because I've just been a bad girl and I deserve it.
She had never been disciplined in her life before, and it was something that I had talked to her about, and I had told her a lot about it, but I don't think she knew. A lot of people don't know what to expect. When you say discipline, you have like 100,000 different things that come to your head. And so she didn't know what to expect, and coming into it, you know, I talked to her for a very long time. We talked a lot about the smoking, where it was coming from. I explained to her why she was being disciplined, what was going to happen in the session.
I think when you're being dommed, it's definitely enjoyable to be a sub when you can trust your partner.
Usually, anytime when it comes to a punishment, I try to use standard implementations. I'm not going to bring out the handcuffs or anything to tie you up, on your toes or anything like that. That's more for scene play. That's more for, the theatrical side of things. I'm going to take your clothes from you. I'm going to try to strip you some of your dignity if necessary. I am going to put you in a position that's going to make you feel submitted, either over the knee, and I'm going to use an implement that may be, depending on, it depends if I'm working with somebody that's my submissive or my wife. My wife has hard limits with implements that may be from her childhood. We're talking brushes and spoons and such, for example, that doesn't really set with her well. But a hand works perfectly fine. So with her, I would use a hand. With others, I may use a brush. I don't like my hand being hurt too much, so why not? But at the same time, there is also reality to the fact that the implement that's being used is also casting a message that needs to be sent. Be it a belt for one thing, be it a brush for another, there are a reason for each of those implements.
My clients are my clients, and then what I do in my free time, it's like I can separate. There has been time, of course, there's been times that I'm with my clients and something happens, and in your head you're like, okay, that may be a little wet inside. That's kind of cool.
The rules are very strict here on things. If you don't like something, you're supposed to talk with the client before you go in there and express your limits and whatnot. They know what you do and don't do and what you do and don't like before you go into a session. So everything is very safe, sane, and consensual.
Both shoes. I'm wearing 2 shoes. I only filled one.
My very first time being whipped. Oh, part of me was afraid and nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But it turned out to be, a wonderful feeling. Again, not too hard. I didn't want to get bloody, but within the limits, it was a very wonderful experience.
I don't think I would leave Stevie if she didn't want to be a part of this lifestyle, but I do think it would definitely make our relationship that much harder.
I don't think so unless they're really open-minded and wanting to learn. Now that I've tapped into this, I think that just a regular relationship would be very boring for me.
It's a life choice, it is a way of life, is what I am now, based on, the fact that I've been doing this for the years I have. I got involved really long ago. I really don't know it any other way. I wouldn't say it would be the end of our relationship by all means, because I will always follow my heart. I've followed her from Seattle to Texas, and I will follow her for the rest of my life. So chances are, if she want to come to me one day and say it's over, I don't want to do this anymore, I will support that.
If he wasn't into it, if I exposed him to my world and he wasn't into it, and I really liked him, I probably wouldn't sleep with him. As far as intimacy goes, I wouldn't allow myself to go there because I know that sexually we would not be compatible. Not that I need sex, I really don't, because I kind of get, this is the sex for me. The corsets, the heels, the leather, spankings, that's the sex for us. Regular sexual intercourse is just Overrated. Boring. Vanilla. Yeah, no. No. Not acceptable.
This is Allie Hayes, and you're inside the 50 Shades.
So, you might be feeling like you made that mistake or whatever, and you come up to her and you express to her, hey, mistake made here, is that the case? She may say, absolutely not, and you may have been fooled if you even feel that way in the first place. So it's always good to, set the appropriate expectation and communicate as a partner, regardless of if you're submissive or dominant. It's absolutely important.
Hi, I'm Submissive Serenity, and you're inside the 50 Shades.
For me, it's a lifestyle thing. Like, I try to live, breathe, sleep, eat it 24/7, as much as possible. I'm always wearing corsets. I'm always wearing extreme fetish, shoes or leather or something. Fetish fashion is incredible to me. I mean, the fetish fashion alone will keep me in the lifestyle forever. I'll be 85 and wearing a corset and looking fabulous.
I'm DK, and you're inside the 50 Shades.
And this is Lillian Starr, and you're inside the 50 Shades.
Oh, my name is Louisa, and we're inside the 50 Shades.
I'm Stevie Rose. You're inside the 50 Shades.
I'm Natalia Starr, and you're inside the 50 Shades.
Well, it's only the norm because everybody has made it the norm. If everybody tapped into the stuff that they fantasized about or imagined about, I think that you'd have a more fulfilled life. I really do.
Now we're going into Hera. Note all of our rooms are themed after gods and goddesses. In Hera, we do a lot more bondage. As we have the gingerbread man, we can secure you completely, lying flat on your back or face down. You can also be secured sitting while on our, not sure what its official name is, but I know it's a lot of fun to play with.